Okay. Hey guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Hold on. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm just figuring out something. Hi guys. So, we are going to be going live today with Yash from Birdi Chand, who I've known and had a relationship with. Dhoomdham has had a relationship with him for a very long time. They are very acclaimed, jewelers from Jaipur, and they make the most spectacular jewelry. Every time I see a Birdi Chand collection, I'm always lusting for a few pieces. Hold on. I'm just going to add him. One second. Okay. I'm just waiting for him to send me a request because he's going to be going live with me and we're going to be talking about how new age weddings are going to happen after everything that's happened this year with COVID. What are the next steps for weddings, for fashion? So it's going to be a really fun conversation. I'm just going to wait for him to log on actually. One second. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out how to. Oh yeah, one second. Okay. Okay, he's here. And I've just about added him.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, how are you,
finally.
Tanya? Good to
I'm
see you.
good. I hope you're well. I'm still, a little technologically challenged when it comes to lives. I'm still getting used to it.
But
So,
so
yeah.
every one of us is, especially our generation, who
Yeah,
has
oh
grown up
God.
seeing everything in person.
Yeah, I know, I know. No,
Yeah.
so it's really good to have you. It's one of
It's
our first few live sessions, and I think you guys have been so special to Dhoomdham, and we've always loved associating
Tanya,
with
it's
you.
always a pleasure working with you. And it's in past also we have worked so many times and it's always lovely. I love the way you look at the things. You are a very futuristic person.
No, thank you. And I feel that, in terms of the way like Birdi Chand as a brand has been, so iconic over the years. And I feel like it's so difficult for a brand to maintain that class for so many years. But I think Birdi Chand has been so successful at doing that.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
yeah, so I'm really excited about this conversation and, to take, to talk about like, something that's very important. And I think that it's very relevant and it keeps coming up now with like how you think what is going to happen at weddings this year, and are they going to get pushed, are they going to happen still? What do you think is going to happen with the wedding scenario?
Tanya, I think we are still in the first phase only of knowing that what is going to come tomorrow. Is
Yeah,
every day we are stepping into the new world. Every day the policies are changing. Every day the world is
correct.
shaping up in a different way.
Yeah,
So it's very early that we would say that what is going to happen tomorrow. But as on date, what we look at and how we are recovering and how
yeah,
we are customizing ourselves with the new norms.
yeah,
So I think weddings are going to take place in November, and it's
yeah.
they're pretty much a lot of places have sold out also. Whereas
I actually think, Yash, that I have a feeling that what's going to happen now, it's obviously only been 2 3 months, but I have a feeling that slowly and steadily, like literally, I feel from end of September onwards, smaller functions, smaller weddings will start happening, and then of course in November the wedding season is going to be on for sure.
Sure, I
Yeah,
totally agree. But we need to understand one more thing out over here, that this 2 months, 3 months has changed a lot of inside our mind heads. We have become more compassionate towards the world. We
yeah,
have started realizing the importance of the peer group and the core group.
yeah,
So what I feel, even after November, there will be a number reduced in the guests. People will have weddings,
100%. You
extravagant
know,
weddings,
yeah,
more opulent, but with more pure group and more closely associated people
100%.
instead of.
You
So
know, I
that's what
have a
I.
feeling, Yash, that this is going to bring out uh if you look at it positively, I mean there is something called micro weddings, which is what I
Right.
think is going to be a trend of 2020, where
100%. I totally agree with
yeah,
you.
I think it's going to be more about keeping it special, keeping it tight, keeping it, just your very close friends and family. And maybe if you can't invite everyone together, I think it's going to be about you doing a few functions and inviting your main people for your main wedding, which will be, I don't know how many ever people they allow at that point. But I think micro weddings will be a big thing.
But that's what the most important thing is. When you dress up, when you wear jewelry or clothes or wear makeup, is to show that peer group of people only. You dress up for that person only, that I'm going to XYZ person's party, and that's how I should look for my group of
Yeah,
persons, right?
yeah, yeah,
That's what I think. So your peer group is most important. Then what does that rest? Everything is janta.
yeah.
They
I
come,
agree.
they eat, and they go. There's nothing important, more important they do out over there in
That's
your
true,
mind.
actually. So I think it's, if you look at it positively, it's probably maybe even for the better that weddings will get more intimate. They'll get more. They'll probably actually be more special, and the bride and groom will actually be able to enjoy their weddings, because big weddings sometimes get so stressful for the bride and groom that the more it gets intimate, they'll be able to enjoy the process more.
100%, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
yeah,
So
correct.
now my
So
at the same point of time, I had a question that how do you see the fashion towards moving towards the new age?
see, I do think, Yash, that with everything that's happened, I think the one thing that is going to be super, like people are going to get very attentive about it, is that of course there will be sustainability in a big way, which will come into play. I think everyone's become very aware of what is happening. So even in terms of how the economy is affected, right? So obviously the budgets are going to, not in terms of clothes, maybe not going to be the way it must have been like all these years. So I think people, it's not that people will Indians always spend money on their weddings. They're always going to spend money on their weddings. But I think that it will get more organized. The whole
Right,
wedding sector will only get more organized.
more
People will get
organized.
more organized for sure. Sustainability will be a huge part of weddings. And I think what's going to happen is heirloom pieces. You know how you're going to take something from your mother and grandmother, restore it, make it your own, go to a jeweler or go to a designer and kind of
Right.
change things around and make it really special to you. So I think these are the things, slowly, these are the things that are going to come in play. And fashion, I mean, I think what's going to happen with designers is that they're obviously going to keep in mind the situation and, I think design accordingly. Because if the wedding is not 1,000 people, I'm sure the bride will be like, listen, let me not go too heavy on my clothes. So I think it's
Let
actually
me
going
go
to
heavy on the
benefit.
jewelry.
Yeah, they can go heavy on the jewelry.
The jewelry is an asset to them.
Yeah, no, but I really think so. I feel like the clothes can be not so heavy, and you can really stand out with a beautiful statement, bridal piece, whether it's your neck piece, whether it's earrings, whether it's chanbalis or a mangtika. So I think that's, what do you think is
Agree.
going to happen to the jewelry business?
So
Like,
for with the jewelry, what I think is that world is going towards future is going towards more artistic and fine pieces of jewelry.
yeah,
It is going to be more artistic. Like earlier, all the brides used to only and only wear the chunk or a layered or multiple. They will become more experimental into it. And that point
yeah,
of time, the stylist role also comes into very important. They try to,
yeah,
because there is a smaller wedding, more pure group people wedding. So they will be easily able to style themselves up instead of just showing the wealth on them.
yeah,
It will be a display of more style than wealth.
yeah.
That's what I
What do
think.
you think, Yash? This is very important. for a bride, what do you think are like the few really important bridal pieces,
Well,
like jewelry
bride,
pieces?
uh, bride should have a lot of pieces into her collection. She should not limit to one piece which is usable multiple times. Because every time if one piece is only usable multiple times, then it starts looking repetitive and similar. So she
Yeah,
should try to have more and more pieces. But
yeah,
for me, like I'm big fans of choker because I find them very elegant and I think it on all the young girls it really looks nice. I'll show you one of the pieces which I think
yeah,
the bride should have. Like for example, this kind of a piece.
yeah. That's beautiful.
So now
Yeah.
it's a choker which can be worn with Indo-Westerns, it can be worn with Westerns, it can be worn with traditional Indian dresses,
So
and
basically, you're saying that your jewelry should be very versatile. The pieces that you
your
have.
jewelry should be versatile. Plus, at the same point, your jewelry should make a statement. At the same point of time, it should not look loud.
Yeah, understood. But like, what do you say? Like, what are the main jewelry pieces? Like, you should have a choker. You should have a
You should have a choker. You should have the studs have become a new fashion for me. Like they have always been a classy fashion. So I really insist brides and girls to start wearing studs. They look very
yeah,
elegant. They should so on the different occasion, like that's what I say, it's a different occasion. Like for example, this kind of a stud, you can wear it for any of the occasions.
yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. So you can wear it with a sari. You can even wear it with lehengas. You can even wear it with like I love the idea of mixing like a beautiful, like I remember doing something with Karina a while ago where I made her wear a sari, but then I made her wear it with like a really cool vintage jacket, and then
Well,
you can,
I
yeah,
remember with our show when we did it in Delhi,
yeah,
on Sonam, you did a multiple layer of necklaces and then you put a small stud in her ear. And that was looking
exactly.
so classy because that's how the statement comes. Everywhere your attraction should not go. It's
I
one
think
point
so.
where your
Yeah,
focus
I think
should
I
be.
think balance in jewelry is really important. Balance in your whole look is important, but jewelry especially because I feel like I mean, I understand as a bride you want to wear everything. You want to wear earrings and mantika and couple of necklaces, but I think it's very important to find that balance because it will really enhance your look.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I totally. It
yeah,
has to be a very well balanced look. The overall look perceived, and that's how the somebody looks nice or bad. It's not about the jewelry or clothes alone. So
yeah.
if the
Because
overall
I
look is
I
nice,
also
then
think, Yash, like personally for me, and I think for a lot of girls now, I mean, of course, earrings are beautiful, but I love the idea of like wearing a choker and then like I don't have to worry. You know what I mean?
oh
It's
yeah,
yours.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
It
always
doesn't
like that. I
hurt.
mean, just,
Yeah,
it's like you should always wear choker, and you can wear choker on anything and everything.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's really
Yeah.
important. Okay. Now, what I wanted to ask you was that what do you think in terms of like the situation this year, with everything that's happening, how do you think that a bride should go about? Maybe should she do her jewelry first and then do her clothes, or what do you recommend in usually in the
Well,
wedding
well,
process?
in any of the processes, I definitely say that they should do their jewelry first, and then they
Yeah,
should go for their jewelry shopping.
I agree. Yeah,
One of the simple reason is that jewelry is always fine and has a lot of important material. But
yeah,
sometimes if you buy your clothes first,
yeah,
it is not looking nice with that silhouette.
yeah,
And you are liking some piece else, it becomes a bigger problem.
correct, correct. Now,
So it's always better to choose your jewelry first and then go for the clothes. But if you go the other way around, then
yeah,
also we can make you choose different pieces on you because we can style you up in a different way. And if you have to be a little open up at that point of time.
yeah. So Yash, y'all, just to give everyone an overview at Dhoomdham, everyone who's watching, what are the kind of pieces that Birti Chand specializes in?
So Birdi Chand is basically into more of a artistic and fusionistic jewelry. So we do a lot of fusion of traditional aesthetics with modern silhouettes. So
Okay,
we would
yeah,
not lose our roots. We will keep our roots very grounded to our country and origin, and then we will design a piece which is more suitable for the today's woman.
yeah,
So
correct.
for example that's what I saw. That it's a peacock earring which is
Yeah,
very Indo-Western, and at the
yeah,
same point it can be worn with any age group. Age is no limit to it,
correct. So basically, there's
and
no bar that y'all are making like that.
yeah, so
Every piece is basically so versatile that it can be worn with
versatile,
different age groups.
exactly. So
Yeah,
it can be worn with any of the age groups.
yeah,
And you are not limited by that I can wear this piece of jewelry only with my traditionals.
yeah, Correct. Now, Yash, I have a very relevant question to you,
Hmm.
especially something that I think this year is going to come into play. What do you think is going to happen about bridal appointments? Like, what do you think is going to, you think that it's going to be more virtual? Is it going to be more on Zoom and FaceTime? Or do you think that brides are going to come in and actually see their, like, what do you think is going to happen?
Tanya, I've already started having a lot of virtual appointments with the client.
Yeah.
We are taking the client's appointment through Zooms and WhatsApps and Skype and video calls and everywhere.
Okay,
But at
great.
the same point of what is happening, it is very good to narrow down the pieces that these are the pieces I will like to see.
Exactly.
But it
So
is not
basically you
converting into
see
sales. At that point,
everything. Yeah, you see everything with you digitally, and then when they come in, they only see the few pieces that they've selected, right?
right, right.
Yeah.
But at the same point of time, the stylist, the person who's style consultant becomes very important because
Correct.
he or she can visualize what exactly the piece will look like with that sort of a garment. Because for a bride to imagine the clothes, jewelry with two different visuals is very difficult. But she being a professional and
Yeah.
multiple, it's become very important. Like now, the stylist role becomes very important. Okay, this is the piece of the jewelry and this is your garment, and it will look nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. So basically, you're saying that the whole virtual appointments is going to, you think, going to take off a lot more this year. And I feel like people are going to be, doing, I think even in terms of designers, in terms of jewelry designers, I think it's going to happen more and more. People will start realizing that, you know, there's so much work that you can do digitally now, yeah,
Tanya, I had a stigma before this that how can you work from home?
yeah.
I had a
I think
big
that's
stigma in
changed.
my mind. And that's
Yeah,
changed in this couple of months because what we have realized that it's easier, it's more effective and efficient to work from home for certain
yeah,
team.
yeah.
And that's how the stigma is going to eventually move out of us and virtual is going to be the next level. AR is going to
100%.
augmented reality is going to come into a lot bigger play than what we are imagining it right now.
Correct, correct. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, yeah, and I think Yash, what's gonna keep
Tanya, I had a
happening?
question. Now I have
Yes,
one a very important question, and all
yes.
my brides wants to know always that because as you are very stylish and the people follow you, what are the quick styling tips you want to give to people?
A few styling tips that I want to give. I think that Yash, it's super important that everybody has a few classic pieces in their wardrobe, whether it's women or men. So I can tell you a few pieces that I feel that are really important for everyone to have. I think for girls, I always say, like, have a really nice nude or strappy gold and silver pair of shoes, because I think it goes with everything, Indian, Western, everything. Having a few pieces of jewelry, actually, which is going to be like I have a few pieces of jewelry that are so versatile. They go with everything, they go with a lot of stuff, so whether it's a pair of chan balis, or a
Right.
really beautiful mangtika, or a really gorgeous choker like the one that you showed right now. I think these are jewelry pieces that are super essential for girls to have. Have a really nice black dress, that can go with, that you can kind of pair in different ways. And I think, in terms of Indian, I think, like, in terms of trousseau and stuff, I think having a really nice sari and having a really nice anarkali for a girl is super important.
That's must.
Yeah, it's a must have,
It's
it
a
can never
must
go
have.
wrong. Yeah, it can never go wrong. And I feel having one outfit now, with the changing times, that is a little bit kind of semi Indian. So like a really nice pair of palazzo pants with a really cool floor length jacket. You can wear the floor length jacket with jeans as well. Sometimes you can wear it with, like, you can wear it with a lehenga. So have a few Indian pieces that you can mix and match,
Wow.
uh, and wear it with different pieces. I think that's really important
And
for
what would you
girls.
advise on the jewelry? Like if the clothes are very simple, should they go with the heavier pieces of jewelry? And if
I
the
think so. I think if your outfit is super light, then wear one really beautiful statement piece, whether it's a neck piece, or whether it's a big pair of jhumkis or earrings, or just a really big mountika with, like, tops. So I always say that wear one really big statement piece and then balance it with
bang
something
on.
that's maybe medium sized.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. The statement is the most important thing. Like
Correct.
That's the statement only which makes it visible and makes you stand out apart from the crowd.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very true.
correct.
So there was somebody who was asking that when can they visit Birdi Chand? Are we open? Yes, we are open, and you can visit our Delhi and Jaipur store anytime. Delhi, we are following the alternate odd even method which the government has adopted, and Jaipur we are open from 12 to 7 every day.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So that's great. I mean, I'm glad that things are better in Delhi and Jaipur and things have started, because here we are locked down in Bombay still. But hopefully things start again and we'll be able to get back into it, because I can't wait for I actually can't really wait for the festive season. I feel like we've had no summer this time, and
But Tanya,
I
this
think
year is going to be very different for you because
yeah.
I was assuming that how are you going to style all the celebrities that you do for all the social events and things.
Yeah,
That's a
I
question
think what,
rather.
yeah, to actually touch upon that topic, I think what's going to happen is that, of course, a lot of things are going to change, and even events are going to get smaller. But having said that, like everything else in life, the show must go on. So I think, movies will still happen. Web is obviously really big right now. Events will happen slowly, but it will be very restrictive. But I think brand shoots, everything will happen, but
But
there will be
what about the movie
mandates.
promotions and everything? Like our
I think movie promotions will be difficult this year, but the movies that are releasing towards the end of the year, there will be some promotions that will happen, maybe more digitally, maybe very small press conferences and stuff. So I think things will happen, Yash, but we will have to keep in mind the situation. And
that's true. Every
yeah,
day it's a
and
changing world. We don't
yeah,
know what's going to
exactly.
come tomorrow.
There'll be lots of mandates on how things have to happen, but they will still happen. People still need to watch movies and be entertained, and yeah, so it's still going to
My
happen.
list on Netflix is almost about to get over.
Oh God, I'll send you a few recommendations. Yeah. So um, so I wanted to ask you, what do you
Mhm.
think? Like, will there be a lot of people that you think will maybe push their weddings to next year as opposed to this year?
Well, yeah, Tanya, what I think it's actually a little early to answer this question because I don't know what the world is going to be tomorrow. But
Yeah,
if we become normal and we are able to live along with COVID-19 because it's not going anywhere, it's not
yeah,
going anywhere soon, along with COVID-19 and manage ourselves very well
yeah,
by August, then we will see a lot of weddings happening in November onwards.
yeah,
But if
yeah,
it is not there and we still need precautions, then of course the weddings are going to be pushed later till we come to learn how to accept that non-acceptable virus in our life.
yeah. Correct. Also, I think that, just to add to this, I think that this year I wanted to say this, that I have a feeling, like, because our topic is the dawn of new age weddings, I think the new age weddings in 2020 are going to not just be about being micro. I think it's going to be about, you know um you know everything is going to be super curated. Everything is going to be curated, right, from clothes to jewelry, because people are going to have the time and the energy all year. We've had so much time that I think a lot of brides are going to go into really thinking about curating their menu, curating their jewelry, curating their clothes, the decor. Everything is going to be super curated. And I think that's what's amazing. Like, even in terms of design, whether it's their wedding cards or their WhatsApp invites, I think 2020 is going to be about curation. Yeah.
So 2020 is going to be a year in which every bride who gets married, or maybe after that, is going to write the history. They
Yeah.
always will remembered as COVID wives
Yeah,
or COVID
seriously.
brides,
Yeah.
right?
COVID brides. Yeah,
COVID
that's
bride.
funny.
So that's very important because they will always say that we got married at the time when the world was changing.
Yeah,
And we
that's
were the
true.
first to experiment them. It.
Yeah, that's true. So,
So
Yash, I want to know, what do you think are certain wedding trends in terms of jewelry that you see in 2020?
so well there will be as I said that there will be more artistic jewelry. There will be more.
Yeah.
There will be
But are there
space.
are there, like, I want to know in particular, are there any stones? Is there a design like
Yes,
certain
so,
specifics?
a
Yeah,
certain design what we have been, it's a like the when you refer to World War II, after that there was an art revolution and we call it post-war period, in which
yeah,
the all of a sudden the art nouveau moves out and the art becomes a straight line. That's how after COVID is what has happened, that we have become more intimate to each other and the intimate pieces have come. It's like more neck attached pieces, the
yeah,
one which has a little like a social distancing, which has a breathing gap in between both of them.
yeah,
So that's how I think the world the jewelry is going to take place. Though it is though right now I don't know that how long are we going to live with it. So it's very initial to say. Any transition doesn't take place in 2 months time, or our
yeah.
mindset doesn't change over it. It takes little more
Correct.
time for us to develop the new design concept and come
Yeah.
out of what we originally think.
So
But
y'all
one thing is
obviously have like
there will be
y'all
more
obviously have a lot of pieces that y'all have in your collection,
right. So
but
I
if a
will show one
bride
of the things
comes,
which we
yeah,
I will show you one of the pieces which I think we have designed after that. It's a Art Deco kind of a piece inspired, which is a little long with a big size center
that's
chunk, which makes
beautiful. Yeah, that's stunning.
right. And
So
what
this
little
is
detailing we
basically
have done is given black onyx around it.
okay. So this is obviously an uncut piece, right?
No, so that's very interesting. And good you asked
Yeah,
this question.
yeah.
Everything is cut and polished. If you'll see a diamond which is uncut, you'll throw it away.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
That's one of the things where people call it it's unshaped.
it's unshaped. Okay,
It's unshaped, it's not uncut.
it's not uncut.
Uncut, it's yeah, because it has facets, it's a cut and polished. Everything has been done to it.
Okay, 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 okay. Interesting. Also, how important do you think, like, actually, maybe I should ask you this question. Even I'm not aware. Do you, does Birdi Chand does solitaires as well? Like, do you deal in solitaires at all? Like,
Birtichan does everything. So we are
everything.
one of
Okay,
everything.
great.
So we are one point store where we provide everything. Solitaire is nobody's USP exactly. So it's not what I would say that it's my USP.
No,
But
but would you design something that would,
of
you know,
course, no,
around the
I
solitaire?
do,
Yeah.
yeah, I do a lot of pieces around the solitaire. For example, I'll show you one piece. Like, can you see this?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's a
beautiful.
solitaire in on around which you have created a flower and given an emerald border to and can be
Yeah,
worn
that's so
as
interesting.
a
Yeah,
long piece and a stud.
that's beautiful.
So
Yeah,
that's how we do. That's of course with solitaires we do design a lot of pieces. Now that's
yeah.
not the other thing. We do a lot of special cut solitaires like this.
Oh my
I
God,
think you
that's so
styled
stunning.
this piece up with
Yeah,
Jacqueline once, and it would look
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so.
I
Yeah.
remember.
So they're
That's
all tulip cut
beautiful.
diamonds. They're all tulip cut diamonds, which is
Yeah.
specially cut and customized. And tulip cut diamonds we can cut from 50 pointers up to 5 carats.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, great. Perfect. So you do a lot of custom. I want to ask you, do people come to you more with custom, or have you seen that brides or people come to you, customers come to you and they like pieces from the store that's already there?
Which is
What have you seen?
uh, we are open to everything.
Okay.
Whenever I sit with the bride, it's one of the most important things that piece should look nice on her. I
Yeah.
genuinely don't sell, and rather I ask her not to buy the piece if she's buying the piece, which I don't think it's looking nice on her.
Oh, you
So
will
it's and yeah,
you're
I
very
do that, and
objective
I'm
about this.
very
Yeah.
objective about it. It should not look nice. It's not. You should not buy this. It's not looking nice on you.
Yeah.
So what I
Yeah.
do
Correct.
is like for that sometimes I have to customize the pieces also,
Yeah. Correct.
and we do take
And
orders. We
how
do
long does it take to customize?
well. It depends on the kind of piece she wants to order. Anywhere from 2 months, 2 months to a year. Certain pieces I've taken a year also to make.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the material was very difficult to procure. She wanted only the grass green color of a Colombian emerald, and then she wanted something around it. So now the material becomes very important to source in that
Correct, correct, correct. So you're saying that anywhere between a few months to a year, depending
is
on
what
how exquisite the piece is, that's how much time
exactly
it takes.
how exquisite and how important the craftsmanship into that piece is.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about like how long has it been for your journey? A little bit about your personal journey.
My
Introduce
personal
it.
journey. Okay,
Yeah.
I in 2004 I completed my jewelry design from GIA America.
Yeah.
After that, I started working with Tiffany's and Company as an intern. For a few months, I was in the
Amazing.
research and
Yeah.
development wing, and I did some of the things in New York as well as Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Then then I came back to India. I joined my dad. Our company is approximately 100 years old. We established in
That's amazing. Yeah,
1930.
but you can tell that here there's a lot of heritage. You can tell in your jewelry pieces that it's I actually feel, because I know, because I've done a show with you guys. So I've seen a lot of your pieces, and of course I've worked with you for so long that I feel that there is there's something special in every piece.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so what happens is that with Birdishan, what when I came back, what difference we did into the jewelry, that we started emphasizing on detailing. Like
yeah,
started emphasizing on craftsmanship. Like even if you'll say the back needs to be properly cut and polished, there has to be a logo, there needs to be a jali work or a diamond work. We will,
yeah,
like for example, like in this kind of a stud, even the pushback, what I've done is I've given the diamonds. Even if
yeah,
smaller, minor details, we started taking care.
yeah,
That's how we came up different
yeah,
from what we were earlier.
yeah,
And
correct.
another thing, what we were when I came out, it was a combination of the Western knowledge as well as the Indian aesthetics. What I said, and tried to merge both the learnings what I had.
Yeah. No, but I think that's amazing. Basically, Birdi Chand is always about the minute details, and I think that's a. I think I have to say this. You may not be able to say it, but I can say it, that I think you give a finish to a jewelry piece like no one else, and I think that's the reason why that you
I'm
will
so
always have.
flattered. I won't
Yeah,
have
no,
sleep
you will always
tonight.
have people gravitate towards you, because I think that that's what people are at the end of the day looking at, and especially a bride. A bride wants a piece that's special and that's beautifully finished, so that she can keep it for years and years and give it to her kids and grandkids. Yeah.
So there was somebody who was asking me to show the piece again, and I will
Yeah.
just show the piece of jewelry once again to them.
Yeah. That's
It's
beautiful.
a it's a it's a stud. Now somebody again asked me that what is the future of the jewelry industry, you think?
Industry. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, now
What do you feel?
the jewelry is like I always say, the history of jewelry goes back 7,000 years. The
Yeah.
first piece of decorative art we found was 7,000 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now at this point of sitting at this point of time, where we are using most opulent pieces into our jewelry, the people are auctioning it for $25 million and $250 million, and I know what all amount. I don't think so. The piece of the industry is going anywhere. There will be a change in the industry, that commercial pieces will move out and
Yeah.
more finer and fine finished items will come. There will be
Yeah.
more importance to luxury than the commodity.
Yeah, correct. But I think jewelry is always here to stay. It's something that enhances a look and takes it to the next level. So even as
Of
a
course.
stylist, I feel that this is a phase that will pass, and I think that it's something that's always going to stick. People will always want exquisite jewelry. So yeah, I think that of course this year is going to be tough for all industries, not just jewelry. Yeah.
But that's how the tougher we become stronger, like.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
exactly.
become stronger when we come out.
And I think I always say that I feel like there are phases that are so tough that somehow creative people always find a way to innovate in these times. So this is what I have personally been feeling, that I feel like I think as a stylist, I'm gonna try and innovate, try and figure out ways to do what I love, but I think do it innovatively. So
So
I
yes,
think even as a jewelry designer, that's what's gonna happen. All
if the
creative
future
people are
is
innovating.
going to be of experiment,
Yeah.
we are going to experiment a lot of new things on each other, and that's how it's going to happen. It's the future is going to be of experiments.
Yeah. No, I think that
Yeah.
that's amazing. So Yash, is there anything else in terms of pieces that you like to show us? Are there any more pieces that you like to show us?
Well, there are a lot of pieces. Like this is one of my favorite lariats. Actually, I love elephants, so I
That's
always
beautiful.
it's a
That's
it's a lariat.
beautiful. That's so
And
interesting. I feel like this is a piece that you can wear with like, I mean, you can even
yeah,
wear it
now
with
you
like a
telling me.
Western outfit. Yeah, I
True.
would, when I think of this piece, I'm like, wow, I would love to wear it with like a pantsuit. You know what I mean? So I feel like, yeah, my mom would love to wear it with a sari, but I think I'd love to wear it with like a pantsuit. Yeah. I
That's
love
true.
the idea of like taking jewelry pieces that are super traditional and kind of like integrating them with clothes that seem like you can't wear it with, because I feel like it's all about experimenting. So yeah,
Very true. Like,
yeah,
you can't just make up your mind or your picture in the head that this is what is going to go with this piece of jewelry or this cloth.
yeah.
Every time you have to try.
You should try.
You
Exactly.
have to
Yeah,
try.
yeah, exactly. Amazing, Yash. I think this has
Thank
been a
you. Thank you so
really
much.
fun
It was so
session.
nice talking to you, and it was rather a lot of learning session for me as well. It was
No,
a
I think
very
for
good.
both of us, I think it was really fun. And yeah, and I'm glad we picked up a few questions from people who had questions as well. But guys, if you have any questions for Yash or for me, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on our Instagram DM. You can reach out and we will try and help you as much as we can. And lots of love. Please
Thank you
give love
so
to
much.
everyone in the family, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Stay safe, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everyone,
Bye.
thank you. Take care.